The Mediterranean isn't just a destination, it's a timeline. A place where history, culture, and cuisine have been evolving for thousands of years, layer by layer, port by port. And for the next 7 days, this is how we move through it, aboard Royal Caribbean's Voyager of the Seas. At first glance, the scale of it doesn't quite register. Over 1,000 feet long, multiple decks, thousands of people, all moving together across one of the most historic bodies of water in the world. But once you step on board, it starts to make sense. This isn't just transportation, it's a floating city, designed to carry you through cultures, coastlines, and centuries of history without ever unpacking twice. Out here on deck, everything slows down. The Mediterranean has a different kind of light, warmer, softer, almost cinematic, and the air carries that mix of salt, sun, and distance. There's something grounding about watching the coastline drift by. Small towns carved into cliffs, ports that have existed longer than most countries. You start to realize you're not just traveling through this region, you're also traveling alongside it. Every part of the ship gives you a different perspective. Upper decks for the big views, quiet corners for slower moments, railings where you can just stop and watch. No agenda, no rush. And that's the thing about cruising this part of the world. It teaches you to pause, to sit with the view a little longer, and let your journey matter just as much as the destination. Step inside and everything shifts. The outside is all openness and calm, the inside is movement, energy, and design. The Royal Promenade runs through the center of the ship like a main street. Shops, cafes, bars, all built to recreate the feeling of being the city, while you're surrounded by open ocean. It is intentional. Cruise ships like this are designed to give you contrast. Quiet and loud, open and closed, relaxed and social. You can start your day with coffee in a quiet corner and end it surrounded by music, conversation, and people from all over the world. And somewhere in between you'll find your rhythm. That balance between doing everything and doing absolutely nothing. But the real connection to the region always comes back to the food. It starts off the ship in ports, markets, small shops, local vendors, places where food isn't curated, it's lived. You pick up what's good, cured meats, regional cheeses, something simple, and you bring it back on board. And suddenly you're sitting on a deck in the middle of the Mediterranean. Eating food from the place you just walked through, that's the moment it clicks. Izumi adds something unexpected. Clean flavors, fresh sushi, warm bowls, a different pace from everything else on board. And then there's the main dining room. Structured, classic, familiar, a place where you sit down, slow down, and let the meal unfold. A perfectly cooked steak after a long day moving through the cities and the ports is exactly the way it's supposed to be. And when the day winds down, the ship doesn't. Out here, night doesn't feel like an ending. It feels like a reset. The lights come up, the energy shifts, and Voyager of the Seas becomes something else entirely. This is where the ship leans into performance, into spectacle, into giving you something you didn't realize you were expecting. The theater is where it starts. Full-scale production, dancers, singers, live music, everything choreographed, timed, and built to pull you in. And what is interesting is how quickly you settle into it. You spend your day walking through ancient cities, ruins, markets, history everywhere, and then at night you're sitting in a theater, watching a completely different kind of storytelling unfold. It is contrast, and somehow it works. The performers bring a kind of energy that's hard to fake. Sharp movements, vocals, synchronized moments that feel effortless but aren't. And for a little while, you forget you're on a ship. You are just in it. And then just when you think you understand what the ship can do, it shifts again. Because this is where things get unexpected. An ice rink in the middle of the Mediterranean. It doesn't make sense, and that's exactly why it works. The lights drop, the music hits, and suddenly you're watching something that feels completely out of place and completely right at the same time. The skaters move with this level of control that feels almost unreal. Sharp edges, fast turns, tight timing, every movement dialed in. And you start to realize this isn't just a novelty, this is a real performance. The kind that takes years to develop. Now compressed into a stage floating on open water, and the crowd feels it. There's this quiet at first, people watching, trying to process how this even exists. And then the moment hits, a jump, a spin, a sequence that lands perfectly, and the room changes. The quiet turns into energy, into reaction, into that shared feeling you only get when something genuinely surprises you. And that's the thing about entertainment on a ship like this. It's not just about filling time, it's about creating moments. Moments that break up the rhythm of the day, moments that remind you you're not just traveling, you're experiencing something. And even after the show's end, the night doesn't stop. The ship stays alive, music carries through the spaces, and people linger, talk, move from one place to another. We hope you've enjoyed this insider's look at what it's like to cruise the Mediterranean. We highly encourage you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on our other social media channels at #KeepTheEats. You can also visit keeptheeats.com for the latest blogs about these journeys and other information that may be useful to you. Happy travels. Always remember to keep the eats. Salute, my friends.